New York, New York, September 29, Mike Piazza. Photo by Bello, Getty Images. Since their installment as an MLB franchise in 1962, the New York Mets have been one of the most polarizing teams in baseball. The Amazins have won 2 World Series championships, 1969, 1986, and 5 National League Pennants, 1969, 1973, 1986, 2000, and 2015. They have also had countless All-Stars and individual award winners. More from Rising Apple. Over the decades, there has been much debate amongst fans about the best players in the franchise's storied history. Now, with the benefit of advanced statistics, we can use wins above replacement WAR as a helpful resource in settling this debate. As the team gears up for their 57th season, let's look at the 10 best players to ever wear the orange and blue. Honorable mentions: Keith Hernandez, career Mets WAR, 26.6. Fewer names are more synonymous with the Mets than Keith Hernandez's. The 5-time All-Star, 11-time Gold Glove winner, and 1979 NL MVP is a current member of the Mets Hall of Fame. His position as a television broadcaster for the Mets has also given a new generation of fans the opportunity to connect with the legend. However, much like several other names on his list, Hernandez's ranking is lowered by a shorter tenure with the team. He spent his first 10 seasons as a member of the St. Louis Cardinals before joining New York in 1983. Jacob deGrom, career Mets WAR, 25.7 through 2018. Jacob deGrom will almost certainly finish his career inside the top 10 list. In just 5 seasons in New York, his 25.7 WAR ranks 7th all-time amongst pitchers. Unless a contract dispute or major source of unexpected tension causes his Mets career to abruptly end, deGrom seems destined for greatness. It's possible deGrom could crack the top 10 as early as next season. Mike Piazza, career Mets WAR, 24.6. The only thing keeping Mike Piazza out of the top 10 was his abbreviated tenure in New York. Despite spending the first half of his career with the Dodgers and Marlins, Piazza is still one of the most famous and beloved amongst Mets fans. The 12-time All-Star is one of the best catchers in team in league history. His historic home run after the 9/11 attack was also one of the most memorable moments in the history of baseball. Page 2. NEW York, NY, September 30. Jose Reyes. The Mets won 1-0. Photo by Adam Hunger, Getty Images. Career stats: 16 years, 7,552 AB, 1,180 runs, 145 HR, 719 RBI, 517 SB, .283 Bombits. Stats: 12 years, 5,437 AB, 885 runs, 108 HR, 408 RBI, 408 SB, .282 BA. Jose Reyes' career has been one of the most interesting in franchise history. His on-field production was unprecedented. He remains the franchise's leader in triples, stolen bases, and leadoff home runs. He is also a 4-time All-Star, Silver Slugger Award winner, 2006, and former NL batting champion, 2011. However, entering 2018, Reyes had the most career errors among active MLB players. He also struggled in a second stint with the team from 2016 to 2018. Now that his career in Flushing seems to have come to a close, most fans agree that he is the best shortstop in team history, and one of the best players to ever wear the orange and blue. 9. Sid Fernandez, 1983 to 1997. Career Mets WAR, 27.7. Career stats: 15 years, 382 games started, 162 wins, 3.80 ERA, 1,974 KS. Mets stats: 10 years, 213 games started, 95 wins, 3.42 ERA, 1,106 KS. Longtime fans remember Sid Fernandez for his unorthodox delivery and elite strikeout numbers. The lefty's ability to throw curveballs and fastballs with movement allowed him to achieve the 4th lowest hits per innings pitched ratio in MLB history, behind only Nolan Ryan, Clayton Kershaw, and Sandy Koufax. He was also a part of the 1986 World Series championship team, as well as a two-time All-Star, 1986-1987. Although forgotten by some who didn't see the team play in the 1980s, he's one of the best pitchers in franchise history. Page 3 FLUSHINGNY, April 2nd, all-lighter. The Mets defeated the Cubs 4-1. Photo by Ezra Shaw, Getty Images, career stats, 19 years, 382 games started, 162 wins, 3.80 ERA, 1,974 KS. Mets stats, 7 years, 213 games started, 95 wins, 3.42 ERA, 1,106 KS. AL Leiter is another player who spent a considerable portion of his storied career with other franchises. The two-time All-Star and three-time World Series champion played for the Amazins from 1998 to 2004. He would compile nearly 100 wins and over 1,000 strikeouts during his tenure in Queens. Leiter spent 12 years commentator for the YES Network covering the New York Yankees. Perhaps sometime in the future, we will see him rejoin the organization in some capacity. 7. Edgardo Alfonzo, 1995 to 2006, career Mets WAR, 29.7, career stats, 12 years, 5,385 AB, 1,532 runs, 146 HR. 744 RBI, 53 SB, .284 Bomets stats, 8 years, 3,897 AB, 641 runs, 120 HR, 538 RBI, 45 SB, .292 Edgardo Alfonzo represents the first unexpected name on this list. Baseball fans during the late 1990s and early 2000s remember the infielder as a solid hitter in the middle of the lineup. Unlike the other WAR leaders, Alfonzo only made one All-Star game in his career, 2000, while adding a single Silver Slugger award in 1999. His presence on this list is partially due to his longevity in New York. His consistent hitting over 8 seasons in Queens, including a trip to the 2000 World Series, helped solidify Alfonzo as a top player. 6. Carlos Beltran, 1998 to 2017, career Mets WAR, 31.1, career stats, 20 years, 9,768 AB, 1,582 runs, 435 HR, 1587 RBI, 312 SB, .279 Bomets stats, 7 years, 3,133 AB, 551 runs, 149 HR, 559 RBI, 100 SB, .280 Carlos Beltran is one of the more interesting cases on this list. The 9-time All-Star was one of the best hitters in the 2000s. His storied career has also garnered Hall of Fame consideration. However, he only played for the Orange and Blue New York baseball squad from 2005 to 2011 and played for a total of 8 teams in his career. During his tenure in Queens, Beltran won 3 Gold Glove and 2 Silver Slugger awards. In just 7 seasons, he established himself as one of the franchise's best players. Page 4 FLUSHINGNY, October 27, right fielder Darryl Strawberry. The Mets won the series 4-3. Photo by TG Higgins, Getty Images, career stats, 17 years, 5,418 AB, 898 runs, 335 HR, 1,000 RBI, 211 SB, .259 Bomets stats, 8 years, 3,903 AB, 662 runs, 252 HR, 733 RBI, 191 SB, .263 Darryl Strawberry is arguably the best power hitter the team has ever seen. In fact, his 252 home runs are the most a player has ever hit in a Mets uniform. Over his storied career, Strawberry made 8 All-Star games, 7 with the Amazins, was the NL Rookie of the Year, 1983, and won 4 World Series, including one in New York in 1986. Most metrics rank Strawberry as the second best hitter in team history. Point 4. Jerry Koosman, 1967–1985, career Mets WAR, 39.6, career stats, 19 years, 527 games started, 222 wins, 3.36 ERA, 2,556 KS. Mets stats, 12 years, 376 games started, 140 wins, 3.09 ERA, 1,799 KS. Jerry Koosman, alongside his fellow ace Seaver, ushered in the first great era the franchise has had. He would help lead the team to its first World Series titles and would also be inducted into the organization's Hall of Fame. Without a doubt, the crafty lefty is an important part of this team's history. Point 3. Dwight Gooden, 1984–2000, career Mets WAR, 41.6, career stats, 16 years, 410 games started, 194 wins, 3.51 ERA, 2,293 KS. Mets stats, 11 years, 303 games started, 157 wins, 3.10 ERA, 1,875 KS. Just as Tom Seaver's career began to draw to a close, the Mets found a new ace in Dwight Gooden. He is a former Cy Young winner. 1985 still holds the team record for highest win percentage at .649. Gooden also won 3 World Series during his career and was instrumental in the team's second championship in 1986. Had Gooden stayed in Flushing longer or managed to stay away from his off-field issues, there's no telling how high he would land on this list. Page 5. NEW York, August 22. Tom Seaver speaks during the presentation commemorating the New York Mets' 40th anniversary of the 1969 World Championship team on August 22, 2009 at Citi Field in the Flushing neighborhood of the Queens borough of New York City. Photo by Jared Wickerham, Getty Images. Career stats, 14 years, 5,998 AB, 1,777 runs, 242 HR, 970 RBI, 196 SP.296 Vomits. Stats, 14 years. Wright played his entire career with the Mets. Is the only player on this list to play his entire career with the Mets. The captain holds a special place in many fans' hearts. Despite a career cut short due to injury, David Wright is still the team's all-time leader in at-bats, runs, hits, total bases, doubles, RBI, walks, singles, and extra base hits. According to the advanced statistics, he is undoubtedly the best hitter in the franchise's history. His recent retirement left many baseball fans wondering what heights he could have reached if not hampered by injury. Point 1. Tom Seaver, 1967–1986, career Mets WAR, 76.1, career stats, 20 years, 647 games started, 311 wins, 2.86 ERA, 3,640 KS. Mets stats, 12 years, 395 games started, 198 wins, 2.57 ERA, 2,541 KS. Regardless of which WAR statistics you look at, Tom Seaver is undoubtedly the best player to ever take the field for the Amazins. Not only was he a key part of the team's first World Championship in 1969, but he was also a 12-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young winner, Rookie of the Year, and near-unanimous selection into the Baseball Hall of Fame. With 98.8% of the votes, he is currently the franchise's all-time leader in ERA, wins, WHIP, innings pitched, strikeouts, games started, complete games, shutouts pitched, and batters faced. Odds are, Seaver's spot on the top is safe for a long time. Next, building the greatest Mets rotation of all time. Want your voice heard? Join the Rising Apple team. Write for us. Which member of this were you shocked to see most?